All right, so today we're going to work on the building. I'm going to put the building color. So this is burnt sienna. I have a bit of cadmium orange and Naples yellow. Naples yellow is for highlighting the burnt sienna, and because it's Naples yellow, it's not white. It's not going to turn, hopefully will not turn the burnt sienna into a pink. So let's take a round brush. I'm using a round brush. I'm going to take burnt sienna. I can use the burnt sienna just the way it is if I want, but I think a bit of orange in there is a good color. Okay, so let's put a bit of this color over. So again, this is burnt sienna, cadmium orange, and Naples yellow. I think we should put a bit more cadmium orange, just a bit flat. Oh. We'll come back for some kind of carving in here and put a bit of dark burnt umber later on. But for now, let's just paint the color of the building. We're going to continue with this. I'm going to stop recording in a minute because there's no need to record. Putting color over the walls. And then we'll come back to it when we're ready to highlight and to add some more details. I'm going to go all the way to the end. Okay, so now I'm going to mix my colors again, which is burnt sienna, burnt cadmium orange, and I'm adding a touch of Naples yellow. All right. I think it's a good color. And we're going to go from the back. I'm going to add a couple of lines just to give it kind of a movement. Yes, because there are iron staircase in there, in here. We don't see a lot of wall and rests of the details, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm just putting whatever I'm seeing in there. Now I'm gonna go up to the roof and the same. And I know some of these are going to be covered by the tree, but I don't want to take a chance. So I'll just put a couple, and whatever, if they're covered by the tree, that's fine. They're not, that's also fine. Again. Putting the tree here makes a big difference because I know now I don't have to spend too much time on detail. All right, that's good. We can add a tiny bit of burnt umber later on, just to kind of enhance that dark, beautiful detail. Let's come to front. Honestly, it's all about light and dark values. This is where the fun is, detail. I'm adding a tiny bit more of the Naples yellow. And I'm going to go in and in a minute and change my brush into a smaller one. Actually, I'll do it now. Because I highlighted, I put more of the Naples yellow in there. Now the same with This is burnt umber. Dip my brush in water, take my burnt umber here, and with a small brush, round. I'm going to stop after this. I'm going to stop recording, and I'll give you time to do this.
And could you zoom in, Leah?
More? Okay.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
could, that'd be great.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is burnt umber. This is what makes it look, gives it depth and detail. The darks and the lights. And do the same with some of the details here. Give it some depth. I'll have to do the color of that bluish color, but it's okay for now. Now, over here. I'm changing a bit in the detail. It's not exactly what I'm seeing in there, but just it's close. Just give it a bit of movement. Okay. This is burnt umber, but it's more like a glaze. There's water in there. It makes it softer. If you see, if you notice, I'm spending more time here than the side. This is where all of the detail is. It looks beautiful with all of that detail. So again, I'm preparing now for the next step. I'll do this and then I'll pause and then we'll take it from there. Then we come back and we put some more detail. Most of these lines I'm putting in here are actually shadows. They're not dark, dark paint. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that for now, and then we come back and we do a little bit more detail here. Actually, it's a beautiful detail in there. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take small brush, round, highlighted color, which is the burnt sienna with cadmium orange and Naples yellow. And I'm going to come in here, and you see where the dark is? I'm going to do this. Okay. When we're done with this detail, there's a highlighted color right here. It's a stone. I'm going to put a bit more Naples yellow. this is drying a little bit darker, so I'm just going to adjust the highlight. That goes all the way. And there's a line that goes down here with the same highlight, thin line. Again, same, it connects. And then another one here. I have a little bit of adjusting to do. I think this one needs to be readjusted. I'll fix that in a minute. All of this will dry darker, and if when it's dry, if it's not dry dark enough, then I'll glaze it. Sometimes when I am highlighting, especially colors like this with burnt sienna, you end up with a different color than the building or the initial color that you wanted to put in there. So it's not a problem. When I highlight, what I'll do is when it's completely dry, I'll just glaze it with burnt sienna and it will be the same color as the building. Sometimes it's a good thing to highlight with a different color or with this is like too light right now. It's not the same color as the building, but it's okay. I'll fix it once it's dry and glaze it. All right, I'm going to stop for a minute because I need to fix this wall right there, and I'll come back to it. So I have Naples yellow in my burnt sienna and cadmium orange that I have. So I'm adding more burnt sienna. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and put a suggestion of some kind of a detail in there. And this detail kind of goes all the way to the back. I'm not concerned about how it looks and what it is. And I'll show you in a minute how we can kind of refine it a bit. But now I'm going to come here and I'm going to put a line in the highlighted color. And underneath this line, I'm going to put the same dots I added before up here, but they're tiny bit smaller. Again, I'm going to continue with my detail. And these little dots. Okay. Just push or pull in some burnt sienna in that highlighted color and highlight a bit this. So I'm going to take a little bit burnt umber, and my burnt umber is on a small round brush, and it's quite liquidy, there's quite a bit of water in there. And I'm just going to go in and then add that dark burnt umber inside in here. Again, just to give it a bit of a suggestion of some kind of a carving happening. Honestly, we shouldn't do too many details in here because this is tiny and it's a small painting. So whatever we do is fine. Enough. Shouldn't do details that are strong. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay. All of that is turning into a kind of a brown. There's like this beautiful orangey brick color. I'm losing it, but that's fine. After I'm done with everything, I'm gonna glaze the whole thing, so it'll be fine. So now I'm just dealing. What I'm doing is I'm concentrating on getting the right color in terms of detail, highlight, not right color, actually detail. And then I will deal with the color after. I'm not concerned about that. This is burnt sienna and orange. So what happened is I lost the kind of an orangey color in here when I started highlighting, but that's not a, I'd rather see those details of the highlight because when I put a wash over and I start glazing, I will get them back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's more orange in here. Okay. So we have a line that goes all the way down, and then we have all of this is we're gonna add some eventually some burnt umber in there. But for now, I'm just highlighting a tiny bit all of this area. Change brushes. Let's highlight all of this. This way we can go back to detail. And we can just add whatever we need to show some of the beautiful details in here. The more we work in architectural detail, the more you work on it, the nicer it becomes, depending on how much detail you want to put. But with these kind of buildings, we need some good, some nice detail in there. Hmm. All right, let's keep it for now like this, and then we'll come back to it. Now I'm going to glaze the building, and I have Winsor and Newton for the glaze only. Burnt Sienna, Winsor and Newton. It's really kind of, and it's kind of, if you can see here, kind of transparent. So there's water in there. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna go over the whole thing like that. And you see the color is changing, but the detail is still there. It's becoming a bit deeper or orangey, but I can still see the detail. Now, if I lose some of the detail, like the highlights or some of the detail, I can put it back. There. Okay. Okay, all over. White brush. And just go over the whole thing. And that just gives it back its brightness, or not brightness, the vivid color is back, because I lost some of it when I was highlighting. If you don't have burnt sienna in a Winsor and Newton or Winsor and Newton, you could use just the burnt sienna you have and maybe add a tiny bit of red in it. If the cadmium orange is too light. Cadmium red light. Tiny bit of cadmium red light in your burnt sienna. There are other colors than burnt sienna. There's chromium oxide. That is a good color. It's transparent. There are some of the quinacridone colors that you could use as well. That will look really good. But you see, I got back my vibrant orange, not orange, like vibrant brick color because I lost it before when I was highlighting. But all of the detail is still there, kind of. And I lost a bit of the highlight here, but I can put it back. It's not a big deal. It's good.
You don't have any painted on windows, do you? In front?
Paint?
Do they have any painted at all?
Not yet. I have to paint this again. All right. Okay. Okay, this is where we're at. Where next week we'll continue with the windows and some deeper colors for the windows on the side.